Alright, how's it going? We are back with some games from my childhood. This one is a little bit older than my childhood because it's a sequel to a game from my childhood that we played before. But it's still pretty fun. I remember playing this a little bit. And this game does follow more or less the same mechanics of Earn to Die, the original. I would have done more World of Warcraft content, but it's under maintenance right now, so it's kind of unplayable. Is this the first time we see profanity in one of these kinds of games? Like, I don't remember any other game from back here using profanity. Interesting. That's not very family friendly. Alright. Can record a bit more Pokerog after this, mayhaps? Buddy, lay down. I love you, but you can't be nudging the microphone. They might hear that and be annoyed. Why do you like to headbutt things, huh? You and that rock-hard head of yours. You and your rock-hard head. You knock out a cow with it. So what's the talk today? Well, I know I'm probably gonna end things with my therapist. Like, she's a nice person and all, but it's just not working out, you know? Like, and it's not her fault. I'm gonna go on record and say I'll just never be happy when I'm in Wyoming. Like, Wyoming's a nice place and all, but just not for me. I've always been more of a big city person, and if you've never been to Wyoming, it's not really a big city area, it's a small town area. And don't get me wrong, you know, people can be happy wherever, it's just a matter of personal preference. And my personal preference is not Wyoming. You know, like, the big issue I'm having is Wyoming's really much more of a country area, and I'm not a country person. Clearly, I want a career in rock and metal music, so generally speaking, the country folk don't appreciate that kind of devil music. And you will meet the occasional country folk who does appreciate rock and metal, but those are rare to come across. I like how the game explains what each item does now. Definitely an improvement over the original. By the way, 69 money. Nice. Ooh. Almost turtled myself there. Flipping on my back and crap like that. I don't know, maybe I'll record some, Mists of Pandaria World of Warcraft or something. We shall see. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, with me not really being too familiar with this game, yeah, words. With me not being too familiar with the game, I don't know all the tracks. Hell, I barely remember the track from the first game. I never really was good at the whole remembering things. I've always been I remember the game when I play it, but then after I'm done, it's like I forget everything about it. Anyone else? Sort of a out of sight, out of mind situation. Man, I'm so used to Pokérogue, I just tried to hit space to continue. Oh man, I had such a legendary run in Pokérogue. So, I had a pretty stacked team I found a Beldum and a Shogun, so I had a Metagross and Sentiments. I had a Quilava and a Torterra, Lapras, and Ursaluna. So I had a really stacked crew together. And then I had an interaction where there was a mysterious woman who. And I didn't really want to fight her, because I'm pretty sure I fought her before and she wrecked me. I didn't want to repeat. So I moved on. I tried to move on, and she transformed my entire team. And I got Koraidon, which he's crazy, by the way. I never really played with the Legends from the new game, Scarlet and Violet. You know, like Koraidon and Miraidon. But, anyways, yeah, I had a Miraidon, or Koraidon. I had the prehistoric one. I'm pretty sure that one's Koraidon. I had that. I had two Arcanine, one regular Arcanine and one Hisuian Arcanine. They did alright. Arcanine's one of my favorite pseudo legends. Just a big old dog. A big honkin' pup. And the Oricorio, the ghost one. And a couple of other ones I don't really remember too much. The boost. I like how the military base said, we can't hold out for much longer. And they've been going at this for over a week now, and they're still there, evidently. So evidently they could hold it back longer. And something that's never really established in these kinds of games is the time it takes to move through areas. Get a bit more boost. Did I even use my boost in the original? I don't know. In the last one, anyway? I know I used it, but did I fully use it? Or did I just tap into reserves a little bit? I don't know. Bam! Alright. Into the garage. Can I just talk about something, by the way? I've noticed that, there's a Starbucks near my job, right? And the way that it is you got the road you take when you're leaving the store. And on that road is a few stores, like, that there's a hotel, there's a Starbucks, and a Taco Bell. People that go to Taco Bell drive like crap. Like, they pull out of the parking lot like they're in a rush. Like, they get out of the parking lot and they're just like, time to go. And when you're leaving a parking lot, excuse me. I'm gonna let all you drivers out there know. When you're leaving a store or whatever, imagine that there is a stop sign at the exit. Because you can't just floor it out of there and be on with your day, because you could hurt someone doing that. And I've seen more close calls with wrecks there than anyone else. Anywhere else, I should say. And I don't know where the, oh, come on. I'm not sure where the big wreck area is in my town. I feel like every store has one. Or not every store, every town. Right? Like, every town has an area, a section where it's like, yeah, this is where all the wrecks happen. Be careful when you're driving here. But Starbucks definitely is where I see the most near misses. And so all you Starbucks drinkers, watch yourself when you're leaving. Because nothing will ruin your coffee morning faster than hitting someone. Alright, come on. We gotta get working on getting out of this thing. This little Jeep. Little cheap. Speaking of cheap, I'm not really that big of a Mario person. Or, I'm sorry, I love Mario. I'm not a big race game person, but Mario Kart is like next level. I love the Mario Kart franchise. I like the Mario franchise in general. That was what got me into gaming and at the start. And I got memories of Mario Sunshine. That was a good game. Definitely one for its time. Alright. Good distance. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna get better wheels. Hiya! Alright. Anyone else ever get randomly excited for food? I got home from work, right? And it was my brother's wife's birthday yesterday. And I got home, and there was still some cupcakes left over. I don't know why, but I was just like, oh right, cupcakes! I don't hate cupcakes or anything. I just don't know why I was like that excited to see cupcakes. But they're not my go-to cake variant. I've always been a, well, not always, but I have been more of a cheesecake person. Anyone else? Like, my cake rankings goes, the bottom of the list is just regular cake. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. It's the idea of having to slice it yourself. I don't want to sound lazy, but I don't want to cut my own slices. Because I am lazy. So the convenience of cupcakes and cheesecakes coming pre-portioned already is like, nice. Then, after, so that's the bottom of the list, and I'll still eat it, you know, like, I won't complain about cake of any kind. But, you know, moving on, you got, I haven't had this in a while, but I do prefer molten, like, chocolate cake, or whatever. Engine broke. Okay. Oh, is that what we need the protection for? Game. Game. Okay. It's kind of laggy in this game, isn't it? Okay, after this though, now it's just gun. But yeah, I haven't had chocolate molten lava cake in a while. And so what annoys me is I know there's gonna be some health Nazi out there going, but you know how much sugar is in that? You shouldn't be eating it in general. What are you talking about with cake? Shut up. Let me enjoy what I want to enjoy. I'm perfectly healthy. I don't eat cake all that often. I don't understand the ideology of that. This person's enjoying food, but he doesn't know it's unhealthy? I need to enlighten him. Here's what I know about this, okay? So you eat this, right? And you get fat, and that's not good. Horrible run. Like, imagine if I walked over to you, right, while you're in the gym, and I go, oh, you shouldn't be lifting that weight. That's not very good weight. You hurt yourself when you lift that weight. Man, I cannot get any ideology in that. Oh no, he's eating sugar. That hurts you in the end, my guy. You don't know, but sugar really makes you fat. Anyways, that tangent aside, let's get back to what we were talking about. Oh, I just thought of a cake that's gonna go high. But for now, I think cupcakes are pretty good. Like, you know, they're pre-portioned, so you don't need to worry about that. And yeah, there's not really much else to say about cupcakes, is they're just solid cakes. I guess like the decorations on them, you know, got the plastic like happy birthday stuff is a bit annoying. Hey. I mean, aside from that though, there's not really much to report. Then you got cheesecake, which growing up I never really messed around with too much, but I'm gonna tell y'all, since I've re-added it back to my life, I've loved cheesecake. Like the idea of you getting variety in your cake, because normally cake is like chocolate or vanilla or marble, but the idea of having like fruit flavors and chocolate flavors and original, that's to me a huge deal. Because I get bored of stagnant things, and you know, cheesecake is, or regular cake is pretty stagnant in that sense of all, it's all just one solid flavor throughout. It's good, don't get me wrong, you know. Okay, I need to kind of focus here and think about how to approach. Why were we going so slow? We barely got there.